we first started coming out here in 1983, and actually discovered it in a AAA book back in the days when there was no internet. And loved it, and came back several times as our kids were growing up. Had an exchange student and brought her up here too so she could see it. Of course, then we had kids, so we came in the summer. And when we finally were on our own, we came at what we think is the absolute perfect time, which is the end of September, beginning of October. The aspen are golden and beautiful, the elk are in rut, you have bugling right outside your window, elk visiting, turkeys visiting. It's just a great place to be.
I mean, we were all packed up, or so we thought, and we drove up around, and there were, I don't remember how many, but there was a significant group of elk. And Cindy just started taking pictures.
Out the window.
Out the window. And we were there, you know, I mean, we weren't in a big hurry leaving, so it was no big deal, but we're there 15 or 20 minutes just taking pictures of them.
As they grazed.
Right outside the window of the car.
The first time we ever came up here alone, we stayed in the cabin over there by the playground. Mm-hmm. And when we opened up the front door, the back window had a big elk right in the window looking at me. And it was like, oh my God, it was great. And that's, I've gotten up at 6 o'clock in the morning when we brought the grandkids when they were young, and happened to look out the back window, and there was a huge elk grazing. So we got everybody up in their pajamas out in the parking lot at 6 o'clock in the morning so that we could take pictures of the elk.
He was talking to
he was working.
One of his employees in, I just forgot about
Yugoslavia.
I believe it's Yugoslavia. And we'd been on a conference call of his before, and she said, where's the bears? And he said, on this call, he said, well, I haven't seen any yet. And he turned to the window. Oh, wait, there's one at the bird feeder right now. So we turned his laptop around, because it was a video conference, and showed her where the bear was outside. And then he said, excuse me, but I have to get out and take some photos for my mother or she'll never forgive me. So, you know, he had a bunch of photos that he was able to send to Cindy and send to his sister who was on her way home. And but that's what happens. You know, you just keep your eyes open and pretty soon something is going to happen.
One of our favorite things to do is to sit here and look out the window at the scenery and occasionally see an elk go past or turkeys or whatever. But last year when we visited, we got here and it had snowed, and then it was warm, and then we ended up postponing taking our leave for 3 days because it was going to snow again. And we had the most wonderful time with a roaring fire, looking out the windows at these huge flakes coming down, the mountains, the trees. They were all so gorgeous, and we didn't even have to leave the cabin for it. There's privacy. It's just a wonderful place. Sprague Lake, definitely. Love that. Love to walk halfway around and then look at Hallett's Peak and have the breeze and the quiet, and it's just beautiful. And then probably Moraine Park, because of the masses of elk that you normally see there in the fall. Lots of bugling, it's fascinating to sit there for hours and watch the story of the females trying to decide which male they want to go with and stuff. And we've been doing that for years, and it really is a special place.
I like the old, what's the name
Fall
of it?
River Road?
Old Fall River Road, because you seem to be able to get closer to the animals. You don't see as many, but you can get closer to the animals as you're driving up there, and you can't speed. So, you know, you're going slow, you're enjoying the scenery that you see. One, it's large enough to accommodate more than just ourselves. Cindy's niece comes out, and a cousin of hers often, and it's like home. We just feel really comfortable here. We have wonderful view out the windows, but because of the way it's facing, we don't get much of the noise from other suites around us, and so it's really comfortable. It's large enough where all her cooking gear fits in here perfectly, and we love waking up to the mountain across the way here, and I love to sit in the recliner here on my right and look out at the mountains through the window, and the bird feeders right outside, and it's just a really comfortable place.